Hi, welcome back to another game of Division. Today I'm going to be using the Podv Gruppa Bezuglogo against the 12th Tartalic, and just before we begin I'll show the two battle groups. So this is a Podv Gruppa Bezuglogo Russian mechanized battle group. It has some key units such as a Streshniki, very powerful infantry unit with a 20-man squad, quite expensive though, so I did go for the Maverick build to support that. You've got the Stolen Tigers and the Stolen Nassau, the Su-88, and you've also got these Su-76M artillery units, which I do like since they are armoured, meaning that they can be less likely to get counter-batteried. You've also got some decent air support, and one of the other units I wanted to focus on was the Superior PPSH. So I've tried using these units in the past, and they just didn't really work out very well since they were quite weak and would pretty much lose any engagement they got into. But ever since the shock trait came out, I wanted to see if that actually had any effect on these units, if they had some more staying power. And since they are an infantry unit, that does mean that they have zone of control and will be able to capture flags in the early game, hopefully. So pretty keen to try that out, and then we'll show my opponent's deck. So this is a 12th Tartalic Hungarian infantry battle group. It's a more defensive battle group. You have some decent air support and artillery support. You've got the Stug 3Gs. You've got a bunch of decent infantry units and recon infantry squads. So these are actually 12-man squads, and they've got some decent equipment as well, and they can come in quite elite. So that was pretty interesting to see, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so over on the left I've got some units moving over into the town. The OB-25 infantry gun, along with a couple of Superior PPSHs, the Stroki Comrade, along with some Sneaky and a T-34-76. I've got a ZIS-3, a Sneaky and a Stroki DP heading over into this forest here, trying to put pressure onto this flag. I've got a Maxim and a ZIS-3 going over into this forest here, in case anything tries to come along this side of the hill. Then I've got the T-34-76 with a Sneaky and Stroki DP, and they're basically going to be, if I can find the right one, going to try and come over to here and push up onto this hill. So these guys are going to set up deep into their territory, grab a flag, and try and distract any units in here, or take out any units there, while these guys make their way across. The idea was basically to be able to put enough pressure on them on this side and get an easy push up into this forest here, giving us control of this flag. Meanwhile, over on the very right, I've got my Sneaky, Stroki DP and OB-25 setting up, and I've got my Superior PPSH already on the other side of the road. So we've got this flag here, so we managed to get a 17-7 lead straight off the bat, just by how deep we were able to push those Superior. They managed to knock out his flamethrower squad and get control over all of this area. So a couple of 10-cost units just gave us a bunch of value. Didn't get the same kind of luck over here. We do get spotted by the 39M Sabah, and then also a light tank. But the distraction did work. We managed to get our tank sneaky over into the forest, and we've got our ZIS-3 providing supporting cover. That H-39 going down. T-34-76 is in a pretty bad spot though, with that Stug 3G being able to come down and take him out. Recon squad going down. But we did manage to get a pretty good advantage, so we're at 17-7 still. We did sacrifice this flag, but only because this is such a large open area, I didn't really see the point in investing in any units, considering all I do have is these T-34-76. You do get the Tiger, but it's quite expensive to bring up so early on, and they can just place units in any of these forests to kind of take out your Tiger tanks. Do try to back off, but it's just way too late. And he goes down. Now my take sneaky is going to start taking hits. So I thought the IL-2M would be good to take it out. But he actually gets in range of my ZIS-3 anyway. Couple of nice shots there. So he manages to finally take this, but it's not a big deal. I've got my observers just making sure that there's nothing too threatening out there. And I've also brought up a couple of Su-76Ms along with the Su-88. So they're basically just going to have complete vision of this area here, giving them only one flag to control. I think Sneaky managed to survive in that engagement and have now given control of this flag. I've brought up a Dozer, so this is the cheap 15 cost unit, but I brought him up in one of these BA-20s. Just wanted to see what they would look like. So it's a pretty cool 10 cost recon vehicle with a DT. And then I've got the Tiger tank, so he's basically just going to sit on this hill. It's a really good spot on the map where you get complete access to these streets here. You do have to be careful, you don't want to push too far in, as you may get within range of like a flak cannon or something like that. It's also prone to airstrikes and artillery, but it's a really nice spot to have a unit. Yeah, you can even just kind of pull it back, wait for something to show up with your recon, and then pull it forward if you do have some really good micro. I've just got a small force that I'm starting to build up. The idea is that they're going to start pushing up into the north end of the town. And I'm just trying to take out, you can just see as your vehicles are just kind of spread out over this area, they're just easy pickings for the opponent's air force.
Сделали их.
Молодец, наводчик.
So Pierre getting a nice kill over there on that transport. So we're still in control of that flag. Bringing up my commander.
Еще один готов.
And I lose my commander. I was so shocked when I saw this happen. I've never seen this happen in a match before. He was basically just firing random mortar shells off into my position and got a direct hit right next to my commander. So very expensive, useful unit just got taken out by a stray shell. So I've got my SU-76M coming in. That's basically going to be providing smoke and artillery fire for the push, along with the BA-10M for basically infantry support and also recon. The only problem is just how slow these recon vehicles are. They're not too bad on the road, but once they get off, they're very slow.
Ваше приказание, товарищ.
I've also got some T-34-76s coming up. I just noticed this bulge coming across the hill, so I want to bring them up and deal with that. I've also got another artillery observer, which is going to provide vision for them. And I was actually expecting a counterattack somewhere. I thought they might try and put more pressure here or here, or even maybe try to see what I had down here. But for the most part, the opponent's been pretty passive. He has tried to move units along here with no success, but that's about it. So I'm going to start moving up now, since I've got a few units now.
Санитар!
So I've got the smoke coming in, the recon plane coming in.
Зацепили! Вижу противника!
Двигатель горит. Штуковина сейчас развалится.
And it turns out the only thing he had in this town was a single Tartalic. I love this. So, because it's disheartened, it's gonna flee pretty quickly.
Прямое попадание. Враг близко. Защищайте оружие.
So I do try to bring up my A20C Boston to deal with the 40M, but they get very stressed out by the flak, and we do manage to pin it down, but not the kill we wanted, so I'm still going to go ahead with the push.
Борис, ложись!
Nice tracks broken there.
Вижу противника.
Does reveal his position though, so he's quite pinned down,
Ложись!
and I can just start firing back.
Санитар!
So there we go. 40M going down. Tank is sneaky, making it pretty safely across, which means that there isn't really anything in these buildings here to prevent me from pushing further in. So I've got Master Sneaky coming in, along with some Avtos. As you see, he's going to unload here and then make their way along. I was a little bit wary to push them too far up, as I don't know what's over here. T-34, 76, he was getting distracted by units over across the river. And you can just see this nice setup here where
Вижу противника.
nothing can really put any pressure here on this flag. I'm also going to be moving up the Tiger, since it will have a nice position on this ridge to spot anything along this roadway and dealing with any armor that we come across.
Боеприпасы! Вижу противника. Контакт с противником.
Still 42 going down,
Вытащите меня отсюда.
and we managed to gain control of this flag. Sneaky and Avtos is pushing up quick.
Борис, ложись!
Got some off map coming in, but before that goes off, we are going to get the victory. So thanks for watching. I've got 915 kills, 350 losses. So it wasn't the game that I wanted. Unfortunately, we got a map which both of these decks don't do great with, I guess. The Tartalic are a more defensive battle group, as I said, so it did become quite difficult for him to do anything, and he seemed to focus on that very open area for some reason, even though his deck kind of struggles in those areas. But even still, it was kind of interesting to try out the superior PPSH, and seeing my commander get taken out was pretty interesting as well. So thanks for watching.